would it, Chris was on, we're deceiving ourselves. Do you see that? What would allow me to deceive myself? Get the result, the apparent result, without actually getting the result.
Didn't step forward or do big.
No, that is the result.
Somehow predicting when they're going to let go.
Okay, but they could have let go any time, so that wouldn't be what's going on here.
The stressor isn't big enough?
The stress is not big enough. That's exactly it. Okay? You got it? So, Skylar, come over here. Okay, so she's going to try to ground. You're going to try to ground, you see? And I'm here. You see? That was enough on her. Do a little better. There you go. Okay? But that's not what he was doing. Okay? So he's driving, and you kind of, it's hard for them to tell because you're trying to push me with your base, you see? Do you get it? I want you to show your body pushing. Okay? Oh, do you see that? That is what, boom! That is what I'm grounding. So you can drive, that's what I'm grounding. That. We can go more. Get a more bracing angle if you want. You know what I mean? Like, do you understand? That's what I'm grounding. More. Drive your legs. And you let's go. Now go forward. Okay? What are the two things you expect is going to happen by increasing the stress?
You're getting pushed over backwards.
You're going to get pushed over backwards. So Ronnie, you're going to do the same level. Same exact level. Go. Okay? Oh, I'm not even in the ballpark. You get it? Okay? Or the other one is, you're going to go forward because you're going to brace on that. Okay? Got it? So we have to up the stress to assess more correctly. Okay, go. Okay. So, this is not about being so powerful that he can't move me. You always want to move. Fighting is about moving. Okay? But being tasked with not being moved without bracing angles is symptomatic of taking energy internally through my body and down to the ground. Do you understand that? Okay? I'm going to do different things with this skill. And standing still and not being pushed over, that's not one of them. Okay? So it's not even about stability. It's about where energy goes. Okay? Do you understand? So, for example, don't move anymore. I'm going to do that same energy transference and put it in my hand. Okay? And it has nothing to do with me standing still. Okay? That fist is much heavier than that fist. Got it? And this punch, boom, is much heavier than that punch. Okay? Likewise, this Idibinage is much lighter than this Idibinage. Do you get it? I'm doing different things with that same skill. Okay? To get ourselves here, it's psychophysiological. It's not pure body, and it's not pure mind. Okay? So, to start with, it's easier if you organize your body a particular way. Because it's ultimately an energetic utilization of my body-mind, it's not dependent upon form. But it's easier to start with a form. Okay? And more importantly, it's easier to not start with other forms. You see? This is never going to do it. This bracing angle is not it. Nor is this stance here. That's not it. So, you're going to get tired, but you didn't really work out too hard today, so don't worry about it. Okay? My knees are bent versus straight or locked. Got it? My stance is not on the tightrope. Put your feet hip width apart. Some of you don't realize that's not your hips. Do you see this? Here's my hips. Hip width apart. Your head counts. This is not it. You're never going to get it this way. Never. Okay? This chin has to be down, and this crown of your head has to be the high point, not the top of your head. This is not going to work. Your pelvis. You don't want to do this with your back. Point your pelvis down. You're taking it all in your back. It's a bracing angle. Okay? The flat of my back's going to be flat, not this way and not this way. Some of you are either one. This way and this way. You can't do it. You feel the weakness in there. Okay? You push and you're going to see. Okay? So, flat. At first, for your mind, if your mind is small, it's going to be hard to do. So your mind is big, big, big. If you have to, use your imagination, touch something behind him. Just keep reaching for it. Your body will acclimate to that imagery. Okay? And you can, come on, dude, push. Push, use two hands then. Okay? He's pushing, drive with your legs. Okay, at any point he wants to let go, right? Don't go flying. Okay? So, I'm going to go around and I'm going to correct your various postures and your imagination to kind of help. Okay? Alright, let's try it. Go. Okay, in the beginning, as I said, this is trying to get you in the ballpark. If you pay attention, you start to disorganize these four corners. Okay? But you have to think of them not two-dimensionally. So, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. Do you get it? They have to stay in that place. Okay, so let's say I'm here and you can feel the ground, right? And then as he starts to push, do you see this thing starting to turn? This thing's starting to turn, this thing's starting to drop. And now it's very hard to ground, and as he increases the stress, I cannot do it. Okay? Again, at the beginning levels, that's what will happen. Of course, once he pushes, right? None of that is important. None of that is important. You could do goofy stuff. None of it is important. Okay, but at the beginning, it is important. You got it? Okay, so where I want you to put your effort is not in not being pushed back and not even in not going forward. I want you to try to hold those four corners. You got it? Hold them, hold them, hold it. As he starts to increase, you just keep those four corners in place, okay? You understand? Don't let it start dipping and start dismantling that organization. That's where you put your effort and energy. Okay, try it. So I do have to hold those corners, but now what you guys are doing is you don't have midfoot weight. You're back here, okay? Again, when you understand it energetically, you don't need midfoot weight. I can be on my heels and it'll still work, okay? But at the beginning, you can't. You're asking too much, okay? So, midfoot, right there, is where you position these four corners so that your weight is dropping on that thing, on that point. Do you get it? Not on my heel. Do you see that? not on my arch, not on the outside of my foot, and not on my toes. Got it? It goes, all my weight goes right on that spot, and his energy goes right in that spot too. And I hold these four corners just like you were, so that that spot is getting heavier and heavier and heavier. I hold those corners, not letting it do this stuff. Do you see? Not letting my shoulders go back, not trying to push. Just hold the corners. Boom. Into that spot. Don't let it go to your heels. Hold the corners, hold the corners, hold the corners. Okay, so you can combine the corner drill with the midfoot vectoring on the back foot in this case. Okay? Alright, try it. Getting better. Okay? So again, if we're going to assess, we increase the stress at that time to make sure that our form is more accurately manifested. So we're going to do another one, okay? So this one, I don't have that bracing angle at all. Do you see that? So he's going to push, and it's going to go into my same midfoot, same four corner drill, okay? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it off myself, see? Okay? It's no different than if he takes it off. I don't go flying. So if I'm here, he's pushing, driving. When I take it off, I shouldn't go flying onto my toes. Go ahead and take that energy, keep it down, and then we're going to yang it back into place. So, boom, pop. And I should not go bouncing off. Do you see that? So it's the same drill, but it's done a little bit more dynamically. So, whoa, here, and pop, and pop. What would be wrong is, of course, I can't do it. Or two, when I go off, I fell forward. Or three, when I go forward, I push myself off. Okay, so all of those different energies are just on the ground. Oh, up. Okay, let's try. I want to make a better assessment. Okay, so he's driving. That's not what I did, was it? Okay, so he's driving. It's a quick change in direction. Do you see that? Not a gradual change. It's quick. Quick. Okay, try it again.